What's up, guys? I want to welcome you guys back to Rehab Your Credit Podcast. My name is Mikkel Bennett. On this podcast, what I'm going to be teaching you guys is how to fix, build, and leverage your credit like a boss. So today, what I have is 6 credit hacks for you guys to fix, build, and start leveraging your credit like a boss, right? You know, last week, we talked about 6 steps to building your credit, fixing it, and leveraging it. Today, we got these 6 things. So real quick, I'm going to jump into these 6 things like I like to do. And then I'm going to hop off because I can't see, right? I'm going to hop off. We're going to jump into the training and I'm going to give you guys a little PowerPoint. So the 6 things I'm going to be covering today, right, is how to remove anything from your credit report, right? Because in order to really start building and leveraging credit, you got to remove the negative items. So you got to fix the problems that you have in your credit report. So I'm going to teach you guys some strategies to remove anything from your credit report, right? So that's number 1. Next, I'm going to be giving you guys 2 generous banks that love to give people money, right? And all you need is at least a 680 credit score to be able to get approved for credit cards with these banks, right? So I'm going to give you guys 2 generous banks. Next, I'm going to give you guys how to get funding from out-of-state banks, right? Because maybe you've heard that they got banks in different states that are really giving out the bag, but you gotta reside there, right? Or you have to have a residence there. I'm going to show you guys how to get funding from out-of-state banks, okay? Next thing I'm going to teach you guys is 2 ways to turn your credit cards into cash, okay? And to turn your good credit into cash, because that's what we really want. We want to be able to leverage this credit to make some cash so that we can go ahead and invest in the things that we want, right? But a lot of times it's super hard because we don't have the funds to start investing. So I'm going to show you guys how to get your credit right, get some credit, get some funding, and then turn that funding into your own cash, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to teach you guys is how to start an LLC and get it funding ready, right? Because it's one thing to have an LLC, but then there's another thing to be able to have it set up the right way so that you can be getting money from these banks, okay? That's the next thing I'm going to teach you. And then the last thing I'm going to be teaching you guys is how to minimize your inquiries when car shopping. This is a big problem. A lot of people, well, everybody needs a vehicle, right? But when we go to get these vehicles, a lot of times the dealerships, they want to pull us all around. They want to give us the runaround and pull our credit 1,000 times. I'm going to show you how to skip that step and actually eliminate the inquiries, right? Go in there with 1 inquiry that you know about for sure and get what you want, no matter what, right? So stay tuned to the rest of the video, guys. I'm super excited to jump into this training today. If you're new to this channel, or if you just come in here, you're checking me out, make sure that you hit a like on this video. It's going to help me out. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I'm giving you. If you don't like the content that I'm giving you, don't subscribe. But if you do, make sure that you subscribe, and then make sure that you get those notifications every single time I drop a new video, guys. I'm going to be dropping videos weekly and soon to be daily, so make sure you stay tuned. So with no further ado, let's jump into this training material. Into the training. This week, we're going to be covering 6 hacks to fix, build, and leverage your credit like a boss, okay? So let's jump right into it. So first off, before I jump into everything, you might be asking, like, yo, who is this guy? Like, who am I? Should I listen to this guy? Like, why should I listen to this guy? So really quick, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Mikkel Bennett, okay? I'm a 30-year-old entrepreneur. I was born in Barbados, okay? Me and my family, we moved here when I was 5 years old. My parents moved to Philadelphia. And what my parents didn't know, they didn't know a lot of things about how the financial system worked in America. But one thing that they did know, and they showed me, was that if you worked hard, you would be able to get whatever you wanted in this country, right? Especially if you applied yourself. So my parents always gave me the opportunity to just be me, be creative. They gave me computers. They put electronics in my hands at a very early age, right? So I've always been super creative and always been super, just able to do things on my own when it comes to the computer, right? Videos, editing, anything I can do on a computer, okay? And basically, when I went to school, went to high school, did all those things, went to college. But when I got to college, I was so lost. I actually was kicked out of my first college. I came home, tried to get things together, got 2 jobs, and I was working, $2, $3 tips at Pizza Hut while still going to school. Okay. I went back to school and boom, my first son hit Braxton, right? I met Dominique, who you can see in these pictures is my fiance now. And we had Braxton, and I was like, damn, like I couldn't finish school anymore, but I knew that I wanted more for my family. So I invested in myself, and I started an ice cream business and I got an ice cream truck, right? And that was my first taste of entrepreneurship. And I loved it. But one thing that I didn't love about it was that I didn't have my time. Anytime I wanted to make money, I had to be on that truck. And I had a family to take care of. My son was young. Or I had to hire people to manage it for me. But if you know anything about business, most of the time people aren't going to do things the way you do it. So you're never really going to be satisfied. And I was young, so I didn't know a lot. So after that business, I sold that off and I got into the network marketing space, right? And that really was my start to really what I really was going to become, which was an internet marketer and a marketing coach. And I was able to start helping tons and tons of people all across the country to grow their businesses, okay? And what I realized was a lot of people that were struggling in business, it was solely because of finances, right? And even myself, I was able to travel the world, help all these people, but at the end of the day, I couldn't get my business past a certain level no matter what I did. And it was because I was always stretching myself thin with my own money. But I had entrepreneurs that were around me and other successful business owners that were around me, right? And what I realized that none of them were using their own money. These people were getting millions of dollars in funding for their business, but they were never using their own money, right? And Dominique, she actually works at the bank. She works in commercial lending. She's been doing this like for the past 14 years. So she actually sees this happen all the time. That all these people, they don't actually have money sometimes, but they're able to come in and get funding for the business so that they can actually go acquire money. So this is when I started understanding how important credit was. And I said, you know what? I'm never going to put my family in that situation again where I'm not able to scale my business and take care of my family, where I have to choose between scaling my business or paying my bills and taking care of my family. So this is when I really decided to hone in on the credit game. And I understood that if I could master it for myself, I can master it for the people around me, and I can master it for the people that need it. People that I coach, people that are in business, that they're struggling. They want to get further in business. They want to grow their business, but they don't have the funds. Everybody's using credit, guys. Everybody in America that's balling, that's killing it, they leverage credit at some point, okay? So that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I understand that if you understand credit and you take control of your credit, you can change your entire life, okay? So let's move on. So I like to start with the foundation of credit, just in case there's anybody on here who really doesn't understand it yet. I want to, take it from a ground level, and then we're going to get on to the more important stuff. So the foundation of credit. What is credit? Credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay later, to the extent that the creditors consider you worthy of their trust. You are said to be credit worthy or have good credit. This is from Experian.com. The next term has many meanings in the financial world, but credit is generally defined as a contract agreement in which a borrower receives a sum of money or something of value and repays the lender at a later date, generally with interest. That's something that a lot of us see. And also, the third quote I have here is, credit is part of your financial power. It helps you to get the things you need now, like a loan for a car or a credit card, based on your promise to pay later. Working to improve your credit helps ensure you'll qualify for loans when you need them. Okay, so basically it's saying people are lending you things without the cash, because the reason you need credit is because you don't have that lump sum of cash laying around, right? Who has $30,000, $40,000 for a brand new car necessarily just laying around, right? So a lot of us, we use credit so that we can get the things that we want, and based on our credit profile, it'll show our worthiness of being able to pay that back, okay? So this is how your credit score is calculated. 35% of your credit score is calculated by your payment history. That means, are you making on-time payments? This is 35% of your score, the most impactful part of your score. So if you ever miss the late payment, it can drop you anywhere between, 50 to 150 points right away. So this is why we want to make sure that we have 100% payment history on our credit profile. One way you can check this is by going into Credit Karma, clicking on the accounts, click on your credit score. You will scroll down to where it says credit health, okay? And that will show you exactly what your payment history is looking like. The next most important part of your credit score is the amounts owed, also known as your credit card utilization. If you have a credit card, this is how the utilization works. If you have a card and it's $1,000 limit, if you spend over 30% of that card, which will be $300, and it reports to the credit card at the end of the month, like let's say your bill's due and you still have over 30% of the card balance out, your credit score is going to drop every single month that it reports like that. So this is very, very important that you want to keep your utilization to under 30%. Now, keeping it under 30% is good. That's going to make sure your score won't be going down every month. But when you get your credit utilization to under 9%, your score is going to rise every single month, okay? So this is very, very important for those people who have credit cards and they want to increase their score. One of the fastest things you can do is pay down the credit card, okay? Now, another 15% of your credit score is based off of your credit history. So basically, how long have you had credit? They want to see the age of the credit. So something that's really good for a credit age is student loans, mortgages, any type of installment loans that have been on there for a long time, but also any credit cards that you've had for a long time. Those are great. Okay. Another 10% of your credit is made up of your credit mix. So they want to see that you have some different revolving credit accounts, some different installment credit accounts, right? Such as some credit cards, some student loans, a car loan. They want to see that you have those different things on your credit report so that it shows that you're flexible. You can handle different things. The last thing that's on your credit report is new credit. So this is basically where your inquiries come in, right? It's only 10% of your score, but it can really hurt you because if you have a lot of inquiries, lenders and banks, they'll look at you as needy, like you need money because you've been out here applying. Each time you apply, you get a hard inquiry on your report. So this is very important. You want to minimize your hard inquiries, okay? I know some banks like Chase, they won't even approve you if you've had more than 5 inquiries in the last 24 months. So it's very, very important to pay attention to your inquiries because some people will instantly deny you based upon that. So 2 things that you can do right now to instantly boost your credit score. Like I said before, you can pay your credit card utilization to under 9%. If you can get it to under 9%, your score is going to rise, right? Another thing you can do is if you have other people in your family or business partners or friends or spouses that have credit cards that have good utilization on it, they never missed the payment, they have excellent credit history, you can ask them to add you as an authorized user to that credit card, right? And what's going to happen is they're going to ask you for your social or your birthday, your name, and they'll add you as an authorized user to that card. And now you're going to get all of that on-time payment history, all of that age, all of that credit utilization, all of that is going to now be reporting on your credit. And it's not going to hurt them one bit, okay? So that's something that you can do right now to start improving your score. So if you have negative accounts that are on your credit profile, you want to dispute and remove the negative items. Nobody wants to lend to somebody who they see owes a collection, who they see has an eviction, right? So what you want to do is you want to identify these negative accounts and remove them, right? And the way you remove them is by understanding the Fair Credit Reporting Act and understanding the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. These are the 2 laws that have been set in place by the United States government to help you and I, the consumer, fight against the credit bureaus and creditors and collection agencies, okay? So really quick, if you're looking at your credit profile, I tend to use Identity IQ This here is a positive account, okay? It doesn't have any late payments. It doesn't have any derogatory remarks, no collection. It is 100% current. And this is how you want all of your accounts to look. Right here, we have a negative account. This is a charge off. As you can see in the account status, it says derogatory. And then in the payment status, it says collection/charge off. You want to remove this account. So, when it comes to these negative accounts, how can we remove these things, right? How can we remove anything from our credit report? And real quick, guys, I'm about to give it to y'all. So the first step is freezing the secondary bureaus, right? There's a bunch of secondary credit bureaus such as LexisNexis, CoreLogic, ARS, and SageStream, right? And these bureaus house our information, such as the late fees. Such as the eviction, such as the bankruptcy, such as the collections, right? Check systems. All, if you ever overdraft on a bank account, this is where they hold this information, so that when you actually go and dispute it, the credit bureaus contact the secondary bureaus and they verify it. But guess what? You can actually opt out of the secondary bureaus and suppress your information from being shared. So when they go to verify it, guess what? Now it's unverifiable. Okay? And another thing I want to tell you guys is you want to look at your credit report and you want to remove all miscellaneous names. You want one name to be reporting on your credit report. You want to remove all miscellaneous addresses. Why? Because the miscellaneous names and the old addresses, you want to have one address, which is the address you live at right now. If you have miscellaneous or old addresses on your report, this is where the negative accounts are tied to. And this is what they're using to be able to verify the information. So you want to make sure that you do everything and do your due diligence to allow yourself not to be able to be verified, so you can dispute and remove these things, because all of the things that I'm going to be talking to you guys about, it's going to be really hard for you to do if you have negative items on your credit report. So you want to handle them now. So the next thing you're going to want to do, once you have frozen the secondary bureaus, you've updated your personal information, you want to send in a debt validation letter. So any account that you have that's negative on your report, like I showed you, you want to go through your report, identify the negative accounts, and you want to take a letter like this. You can simply Google it. You can DM me on Instagram saying debt validation letter. My Instagram is @MikelBennett. I'll put it in the description. You want to use this letter right here, right? And you want to put all of the accounts in this letter. So where it says account name, you will put the account name. The date filed, which will be the date that it was open, you will put that. Type of account, you will put that, a collection or charge off, and so forth, okay? That's step one. You want to send in a debt validation letter, because so the proof of burden is now placed on the credit bureau, okay? So when you send in this debt validation letter, it's basically just saying, hey, look, I see this account being reported on my credit report. Can you verify it? Can you validate it? Right? And if they can't, then they have to remove it, okay? And there's a set of laws that are in place for you to be able to follow to be able to get these things removed. Because let's say they don't respond to you in 30 days. Well, there's a letter that you need to send out, which is right here, that say, hey, look, nobody responded to me in the last 30 to 60 days. I sent out a dispute. You need to remove everything. Because by law, if they don't respond to you, they have to remove the information. And this is something that a lot of creditors and the credit bureaus do all the time. So as long as you're staying on top of it, you're sending out your mail, certified mail, and you're collecting the dates, you'll be able to get damn near anything removed. And then if none of that works, you want to move to something called factual disputing. So as you are disputing, you want to be keeping track of all of the letters and everything that you sent out, right? Okay, so right here, we're looking at factual disputing. If you look at this collection account, this collection account was opened in 2016. 11/20/2016 is what TransUnion said, right? But Experian is saying 11/1/2016. And same with Equifax. Well, that's what we call an error, okay? Because it's not consistent across the board. Another thing that you can see that's not consistent is the date last active. If you see the dates last active are different, that's something that we will write a letter. We say, hey, look, TransUnion, I see that you're reporting some inaccurate information on my credit report. The date last active is inaccurate. You're reporting 12/27/20, but Experian is dating 11/01/2016. Now, guys, this is a classic example of something called redating. What collection agencies like to do, right, is because they only have 7 years to come after you. After the 7 years, the account must be removed. But a lot of times, what they'll try to do is sneak in and change the date last active to a earlier date or a newer date, a later date, so that they can try to come after you for much more longer. These guys are predatory, and they're banking on you not knowing this information or not checking your credit, so that they can eventually one day when you really want something, they can call you. They're going to force you to call them and be like, hey, look, I'm trying to get a house. What do I need to do to get this removed? And that 600, they might tell you, hey, look, give us 400. They might have only bought this account for $100. So that 400 is always going to be a come up for them. So this is why we don't pay collections and we just remove them. Okay? That's what a factual dispute is. You look at the credit report and you look for inaccuracies across the 3 bureaus or the 2 bureaus that it's reporting on. And you use that as leverage when you write your letters. This is the 3rd round, okay? Now, this is the letter that you would send out on your 2nd or 3rd round, depending on if they responded or not, right? And you want to look for inaccuracies across the bureaus. So, now let's jump into some of the good stuff, okay? So what are 2 generous banks that will give credit to most people with a minimum 680 credit score? So the very first bank is Navy Federal. You probably heard about it, right? It's a very, very generous bank. A lot of people love it. It's a bank where you needed to be in the military to be able to get access. But if you have somebody that's in your family, they have a PIN number, you can also get in like that, right? So first thing you need to be able to get funded from Navy Federal is you need to get an account. So like I said, you can get somebody's referral PIN, or if you've been in the military or you have a roommate that's been in the military, you can use them as well. Also, if you don't have any of those resources, you can actually call in yourself, right? And I actually saw my fiance do this. She called in and just said that, hey, just say your grandfather was in the military, he passed away, and you do not have any of the information. He passed away, and you do not have any of the information. At that point, they might ask you a few questions, and then boom, they're going to let you in. Like, don't stress it. They really just let you in, okay? What I recommend is putting $50 into a checking account and $50 into a savings account. Most people, when they go to banks, they just open up a checking account. So when you open up that savings account, you're already in a much higher percentile of chances of getting approved because you opened up the checking account and built a bigger relationship with the bank. It's all about building relationships, right? So you want to wait a week and then go back and then apply for the funding. So wait a week and then go back and ask for apply for the credit cards, okay? And also keep in mind that Navy Federal pulls from TransUnion. The second generous bank is Key Bank, right? They'll get you funded. So you must live in the tri-state area. And if you don't live in the tri-state area, you might need to think about getting a virtual address, right? Also, you want to try that 50-50 method that I just said. You want to put 50 in a checking, 50 in a savings account, right? And wait a week and then go back and apply for the funding, okay? Key Bank pulls from Equifax. So you might be asking, how can I get funding from an out-of-state bank? Like, I see that these banks have great rates, but I might not be able to get into that bank if I don't live in that state. Like I said, Key Bank is in Pennsylvania. Maybe you're in New York, Georgia, or somewhere else, right? So what you want to do is you want to call to find out their requirements. You want to find out where they pull from, what credit score you need, what documents you would need, okay? And then you want to create a virtual address in that city or state, okay? If you don't have a virtual address or don't know where to get one, you can go to postcanmail.com and you can sign up and get a free virtual address. Well, it's not free, a couple bucks, but you don't need to keep the virtual address. You use it to get the funding, and then you dispose of it, okay? And I recommend creating a checking account and a saving account before you get there. Like if you can do it over the phone and apply for the checking account and all that, do it all over the phone so that it gives you time to, establish a relationship with that bank before you go in there and ask for your funding. So one thing that a lot of people have been asking me is, how can you turn your credit cards into cash? So I'm going to give you a couple ways real quick. So how to turn your credit card into cash? Here's a few ways. The first thing and the most simple thing that you can do is create a trade line side hustle or business. So for example, like I said, you can add somebody onto your credit card and it's going to help them tremendously. But you have to make sure that you're not using that card. You don't have any utilization on that card. You have no negative anything on that card. And then you can create a trade line business where you offer out your trade line. You offer out spots on your trade line. So you can add people for anywhere between $500 to $700 every 45 days with a lot of these cards. So some cards only allow you to switch out people every 45 days. They might only allow you to have 5 or 10 people on there every 45 days. So you would keep those people on there for 45 days, and then after the 45-day cycle, you will replenish and get fresh people, or if they needed to get back on there again, they would get back on there again. Now, when people are trying to get trade lines, you want to do this the right way. You want to actually be helping people. You want to help people with the trade lines, basically when they want to go get the funding, like, or when they want to go get the house or the car. That's when you want to add the trade line and you want it reporting. You don't want to do it like in the beginning of the credit repair process or something like that. You want to do it once the profile is clean. You don't want to put, sweet smelling stuff on top of, you know what I'm saying? So that's one way of turning your credit cards into cash. The next way is manufactured spending. What is manufactured spending? Manufactured spending is basically fake spending money, like spending money that you really wasn't going to spend, or it's basically just finding a way to spend the money off of the credit card so that you can hit sign up bonuses and get reward points, okay? And this is very, 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 very powerful, because this is how a lot of people travel for free. It's how people do a lot of their things for free. Like half of my lifestyle right now is being paid by reward points, okay? So the first play is the Visa prepaid debit play, right? So you can go to somewhere like a Simon's Mall, or you can go to like a Giant, and you can get a prepaid Visa debit card, okay? You don't want to get the gift card. It has to be a debit card. What you're going to do with that debit card, right, is you're going to load it with your credit card. So if you have a Discover card or you had a Chase card, you want to pay for the loading of the card with that. So you want to put as much as you can, or whatever you need to do to hit your limits. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Onto the cards. You can go right to the customer service inside of the Walmart, or go to another Walmart or Giant and ask for a money order, right? Get money orders made out of those prepaid cards. Now that you have the money order, you can go to your bank account and deposit those money orders directly into your bank account. And then you pay off your credit card. Now, a lot of credit cards have sign-on bonuses for when you get started with them. They might give you $1,000, or they might give you 10,000. They might give you 10,000 reward points or 100,000 reward points. And this is going to be able to basically pay for anything that you want to do during that time. Okay? So some of the best cards that I know are Amex and Navy Federal. You pay back the credit card balance right away, guys. You don't want to be manufactured spending and not paying it back. Like, that's not the point. The point is to pay it back so that you can make money off of the rewards, the cash back, and the sign-on bonuses, right? And guess what, guys? If you do this with the business credit card, think about this. You create an LLC for $125. You go get you a business checking account. You go apply for these credit cards, right? And then you go create a new LLC the next week for $125, and you do the same exact thing again. Do you see where I'm going with this? You can continue to run this play over and over and over once you really know what stores to go into and what cards have the best bonuses, right? So let me just talk about that right now. So here's a personal credit card that you can get right now, and this is what they're running right now, okay? So at Navy Federal, if you can get in, they're offering the More Rewards American Express card, right? You'll earn 25 bonus points when you spend just $3,000 in the first 90 days, okay? 25,000 points, right? For free, just by spending what you most likely going to spend on your bills anyway, okay? There's a $250 value, not crazy, but you also get 3x points on restaurants and food delivery. Who ain't eating out right now? Everybody's starting to step back out again, right? 3x points on gas and transit. Everybody's starting to step back out right now. So you mean to tell me not only am I going to get my $2,500, my 25 bonus points, 25,000 bonus points, I'm also going to be earning 3x on gas and food, and then 1x on everything else, and then 3x at the supermarket. So guess what, guys? You might be able to run that play that I told you about, where you going to get the gift cards. But if you buy it at a gas station, guess what? You might be tripling up. I'm just saying. Okay, you can read some of the things about this card. This is a great card, especially for a beginner. So the bottom line, if you qualify for a membership at Navy Federal, this card can earn easy rewards for groceries, gas, dining, and transit. For a card that travels well and looks elsewhere, okay? Guys, this is a great card. Now, here's 2 business credit cards, right? And these are the ones that I be banging with, okay? So right here, we got the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited credit card, okay? And right now, they have a $750 bonus cash back after you spend $7,500 in the first 3 months, okay? $750 after you spend $7,500 in your first 3 months. Like, that's nothing, guys. And unlimited 1.5 cash back rewards on every single purchase, okay? The credit card has no annual fee, so that makes it very lovely because you don't have to pay nothing when you get started with it. Now, the Inc. Business Preferred card, right? The Chase Preferred. 100,000 bonus points after you spend $15K in your first 3 months, right? So what you do is you use the manufacturer spend and play. And you spend this $15K and you go and get your $1,000 in cash back. Or $1,250 towards travel. Guys, this is how everybody is traveling for free. I cannot stress this enough. Get your LLC, get your business bank account set up, and go apply for these cards. Run the play. So how to create your LLC and get it funding ready, right? How do we do this? So how to create your LLC and get it funding ready. So the first thing you need to do is go to your state.gov, okay? Or Google, type in Google, register LLC in my state. Make sure you don't go to any bogus sites. You don't need to do any of that. You can literally go to the Secretary of State or the state.gov in your state and you will get it for the cheapest price. In Pennsylvania, is $125 to create an LLC, and that's not a monthly fee. I know in Missouri, I think it's like $45. California is like 80 something. So get your LLC, okay? After you create your LLC, you're going to need to head on over right away. After the LLC is created, right away, head on over and register for an EIN. Type it on Google, register my business for an EIN. Boom. This is going to be a business social security number. This is going to be the number that you put down on a lot of these applications. So you need to go get that. Another thing that you might need to get is a certificate of good standing. Some banks require this, some banks don't. I actually had a credit union that they required this for us to open up the business checking account. And then we found out that they didn't even have any business credit cards or no business credit products. So make sure you ask all of those questions before you apply at that bank. You want to ask what kind of products do they have? Do they offer business credit? Do they offer business line of credit, business credit cards, all of that stuff? The next thing you will need is, you don't need it right away, operating agreement. This is for when you have multiple people that are in the business, okay? Multiple people are on the LLC, then you're going to want an operating agreement. Because basically, an operating agreement is basically showing how much percentage of the company each person owns. And also, this is going to determine when you go to get funding, whose credit gets pulled. Whoever has more percent of the business is who they're going to look at their credit, okay? So you want to keep that in mind. If you don't have good credit and you got somebody else, add them to your LLC, make them a 90% partner, and then their credit is going to be pulled. You can take them off the LLC afterwards if you want to. So some other things that you're going to need is you're going to need a business checking account. You're going to also need a website and a domain name. You can do all that stuff on Fiverr too. Like when it comes to the online stuff, like website, business email, preferably not a Gmail. You also need a toll-free number. You can get a toll-free number from Grasshopper. I like Grasshopper because you can get unlimited free trial, so you can go ahead and get yourself a 1-800 number to look professional just for funding purposes. And once you're done, you cancel that 7-day free trial. You also want to have a Google My Business listing. And also, when you're applying for these bank accounts with your business, you want to make sure that you're not putting any high-risk industry on the application. So, for instance, credit repair is a high-risk industry, real estate, construction, all those businesses are high-risk industry. So, literally a simple Google search. I was told to always put consulting on my applications. And then I was told by a bank that consulting was considered high risk now. So, but I have a graphic design business and a marketing agency that I'm able to just put on my application. So whatever you do, you want to make sure that you're not putting a high risk industry on your application. Also, not in the name. You want to go with something like your initials. Like mine is just me, my whole family's initials, MBDW, something like that. LLC. That will work perfect, okay? It's very vague. It doesn't say anything. And then if they ask you what it is, just don't say a high-risk industry. Think of anything that you do. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. So, how to stop getting hard inquiries when you go car shopping. Guys, this is a big problem. A lot of people come to me with their credit report scattered with inquiries, right? First of all, stop applying for stuff when you know your credit isn't right. Fix your credit. If you fix your credit, you will not have half of the issues that you have anymore, okay? So fix your credit. So this is what you do. You want to open an account with the credit union, okay? I actually ran this play a couple months back. Open an account with your credit union at least 3 months in advance. They usually want you to be in there for a couple of months. You want to get your check, whatever money you're making, you want to put about half of it in that account, right? So if you're getting direct deposit from your job, direct deposit, put half of it in that account, okay? If not, make sure that you're making deposits. So a person like me, I don't get direct deposits. I run a business, so I get payments sent to my different payment processors, and then I send it to my bank account, okay? So you want to make sure that you're making deposits. Next thing you want to do is you want to go ask them for auto loan. Now, credit unions typically have specials always going on their cars, loans, and houses, right? So pay attention. Ask for an auto loan. Now, you will get an open check to shop with. They're going to run your credit. They're going to tell you who they run with. So literally, you can ask your credit union, who do you pull from in advance? So you start working on that credit score, right? And when you get approved, they're going to approve you. They're going to give you a check. They're going to say, look, we going to give you something around this amount because this is what the car. They're going to ask you what kind of car you want. And if the more information you can get about the car, the better, because you can put it on there and they'll know that you're not BSing them. They're going to be like, okay, this person knows what they want. Okay, boom. It makes it easier for everybody. And then they'll give you an open check for roughly around what you wanted for that car. Maybe a little more so that you got some wiggle room. Now, when you walk into that dealership, you got leverage. You're like, hey, look, give me the best deal on that. Tell me what you paying for that, right? On top of that, now you can wrap everything up into your auto loan. So last time we just got an Audi A4. We got it delivered. All of that, all of the delivery, all the warranty, everything was mashed into that auto loan. And it's a very, 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 very reasonable loan, right? Great interest. So you want to make sure that you go to the credit union. Now you got one hard inquiry. You don't have the dealership. You ain't sitting in the dealership spending all this time while they running your credit. No. We coming in there bossed up. I already know what I want. I know what I'm approved for. Let me know how much that costs. That's it. I already know how much that costs. Let's just get the deal done. I got shit to do today. That's how we moving. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's training. Listen to me, I got a little bonus for you guys. If you guys need any help with anything when it comes to credit, you want me to look at your credit, give you a free analysis, I'm giving away free analysis at my website at www.thecreditbull.com. The link will be in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram at Mikhail Bennett. Click the link in the description, DM me, tap in with me. Love the network. So before we go, guys, I got some bonuses for you, right? So I want to let everybody know that I am releasing my 90-day credit rehab challenge, okay? And I'm offering it right now for literally $97, okay? And I want you guys to watch this video. Let me see if I can get it to play.
Hey, so I had to take some time and let you guys know about how awesome the Credit Bull is. I'm telling you. So I recently reached out to him just to learn more about how I can make my credit better. And I'm telling you, ever since I started, I've been getting results. He makes things so simple, so easy to understand. And I've recently started my family. We have so many things that we have planned and that we want to do. And obviously, better credit is going to allow for better opportunities. So like I said, he's been making things so simple, so plain, and I've already been getting results. Things have already been taken off my report, and I'm just excited and pumped up to see what else he has to teach me. I'm telling you guys, if you want to really learn how to repair your credit, you need to reach out to the Credit Bull. Even if you just want him to do it for you, I'm telling you, he gets results like that. It's crazy. Check him out.
Okay, so yeah, that's one of the people that actually got access to my course when it first came out, and she actually got some results and things removed off of her credit report in the first week. Like, she literally sent me a screenshot of her credit report going up in the first week. Okay. And then here's another screenshot I got yesterday from one of the guys in my group saying the progress about to be at the 6. His credit score went up 46 points, guys, following the things that he learned inside of my 90-day credit rehab challenge. Okay. Okay, who we got? Okay, we got Tiffany here. She actually just got approved following all my methods for an 8K Discover card. She really didn't have any credit before, right? She came to me saying she needed to fix up her credit and then be able to get some credit cards so she could start doing some things, start moving and shaking, right? She wanted to start getting the rewards. Discover has a crazy cashback program, right? And she just got approved. So really quick, you might be asking, what are you going to get inside of the 90-day credit rehab? So I wrote this out. So let me just tell you guys what's inside. Like, okay. So financial literacy is the key with this program, and generational wealth is the goal, okay? Because I want to help everybody understand credit, understand how to fix credit so you never run into those problems again. And then that's where we start beginning to build generational wealth by leveraging credit and then leveraging the information and passing it on to our families, right? Passing it on to the people that we love and we care about, because we always talk about generational curses. Like, we curse because we were voided of this education and this information. Well, guess what? Now is our time to start building the generational wealth and start passing down the correct information. Okay? So are you trying to get control of your credit and improve your credit scores? If you are, you need to get inside of my 90-day DIY credit rehab challenge. It is an entire ebook and a course bundle. What you're going to learn inside is the fundamentals of credit, how it all works, how it affects you, and how to leverage it, right? Then we're going to teach you guys how to repair any and everything off of your credit report on your own, even if you don't have a lot of time. We got 50 plus dispute templates to remove anything off your credit report. Okay? You're going to learn exactly how these credit repair companies out here delete nasty, annoying, damaging, negative items like collections, charge-off, inquiries, repossessions, bankruptcies, tax liens, and much more, and how it can be gone from your credit report too. There's also 30 plus video walkthrough lessons that I created teaching you everything I know about credit and credit repair and leveraging credit. You're going to know every single thing that you need to know on how to bully the bureaus for yourself, how to start beating them up, man, how to start getting them to remove stuff or you're going to knock them out, man. What to do about your student loan debt. Guys, I was drowning in student loan debt. I had no idea where to start. You're going to learn exactly what you need to do to start getting your student loan debt in order. And then I'm going to teach you how to strategically apply for credit cards, how to get high limit credit cards to fund your dreams. And you're going to get access to my 90-day credit rehab ebook, which is the value of $5.97, right? So listen to me. On top of it, I'm going to be giving you guys a bonus. I'm going to be giving you guys 3 free ebooks. My Bye Inquiries ebook, which is a 24-hour inquiry removal guide. I'm also going to be giving you guys how to perform a full credit sweep, okay? And I'm also going to be giving you guys my ebook on how to get $250K in funding. Who could use $250K in funding? Say I, right? So only for the next 10 people that either DM me on Instagram, go to my Instagram at Mikkel Bennett. Let me write it right here. I got my microphone in front of me at Mikkel Bennett. Okay, that's my IG. You can go find me on Instagram and DM me the words pre-order, and I will give you all of this literally for $97, guys. I invested so much money into learning this stuff. It has made me so much money with my credit repair business, being able to help so many people because I have the knowledge. But I'm literally giving you everything that I have. Like, you could take this information, fix your credit, and then you could be able to start your own credit repair business once you fix your own credit, because you're going to have that solid proof. You want to work on yourself first. So, like I said, this is only for the next... I'm doing 20 people? Okay. Nah, we not doing 20 no more, because that was last time. This thing's almost gone. All right. My son's birthday is today, and I was running that deal until his birthday, so bet. Look, for the next 10 people, right, that order, we're going to be giving it to you guys for $97. You're going to get access to my 90-day credit rehab challenge. You're going to get access to the Bye Inquiries 24-hour removal guide. You're going to get access to my collection mastery mini course. That is a killer. Like, a lot of people have collections on the report, and if you could learn how to just remove them things, woo, that's what you need. Then I'm also going to be giving you guys my ebook on how to perform a full credit sweep, and then the shebang. After everything looking good on your credit, I'm going to show you how to go get the funding, how to go get the bag. You're going to get all of that for $97, guys. So like I said, if you need help with your credit, and you want to talk to me, you want to get a consultation, you want a specialist to handle it, www.thecreditbull.com. When it comes to this course, you can DM me on Instagram at Mikkel Bennett, or you can actually go to, let me put it here. All right, so what you guys can do is you can head over to 90-day credit rehab, and you can also get access today for $97. Once you're in, make sure that you DM me or send me a message, and I'll make sure that you have access to all of those products. You should get them automatically when you enroll. $97 right now. Make sure that you get in. I got a free Facebook group I'm adding everybody into. I'm going to be going live. Everything that I'm learning about credit, y'all going to be learning about credit. Everything that I have access to when it comes to credit, you guys are going to have access to. And mark my words, the price will not stay $97 for long, because I understand the impact that this is going to be having on a lot of people when they take in this information and they begin to apply it. I only want to work with people that are serious about their future. I really don't want to work with tire kickers, so the price will not be staying $97 for long, because it's, the more you invest into yourself, the more work you're going to put in behind it. So the price is what it is right now. Take advantage of it. Steal it from me. Let's go. So, my name is Mikkel Bennett, guys. I appreciate you guys for spending the time with me and tapping into the information that I have to share. I will continue to keep putting out more content just like this to help you guys grow with your credit and your business. If you have any questions, any topics that you would like for me to cover, comment below. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Stay tapped in with me. And guys, go get that bag, man. Go get that bag, all right? Take it easy. Mikkel Bennett, I'm signing out, guys.